Hey there, folks. Happy New Year from all of us over here at Elevate. Let's go ahead and kick things off. In today's video, we're going to go ahead and bring you guys some cyber news. Apparently, over New Year's, this is actually just what the headline's saying. I'm not here to offend anybody. It is said that foreign hackers have basically accessed the workstations and documents of the Treasury Department, the U.S. Treasury Department. It went down on New Year's Eve, which probably I think timing-wise could not have been better planned, but hackers remotely assessed several U.S. Treasury Department workstations, unclassified documents after compromising a third-party software. This is what the agency is saying. So which third-party software did they get access to? Just so happens it's this company, Beyond Trust. So Beyond Trust allows people to access their workstations remotely. This is where you basically store passwords. Think about it as kind of like LastPass and Google Drive, but at the government or at the enterprise level. Now, having said that, this is actually pretty bad. This is actually pretty bad because we, at this point right now in the United States, we don't know whether or not this is actually the first time. We don't know if they continue to have access to it. To the best of our experts' review, they no longer have access to it, but we also kind of don't know. So we'll just have to go out there and wait and see. The news is definitely sensationalizing this, which is the U.S. Treasury Department outs the blast radius of Beyond Trust Keeley. We don't know, like, when something like this goes down, just think of it as like water damage to your roof and to your piping and plumbing. Like, you just don't know how bad the fallout is, and I'm pretty sure a few people probably had to go out there and have their New Year's vacation cut short because this is actually quite bad. I'm going to be covering this story a little bit more, but I think it's very important that when you're seeing all of this news right now, the rhetoric of it is actually pretty aggressive, and because we're utilizing a lot of things like, Treasury Department says China state-sponsored hacker, China conducted state-sponsored cyber attacks, China backed criminals. This puts a very adversarial relationship, obviously, between us and that country. Having said that, though, this is actually why there is such a tremendous opportunity in working in cybersecurity. If you take a look at companies like Beyond Trust, they are a trusted, I guess they were a trusted brand for a lot of these other companies that we know. Like, we all know Wynn Resorts, Williams-Sonoma, IHG Hotels, Carbonate, ServiceNow is obviously a very big player in tech. And these are just some of the logos that they're putting up on their website. We don't know like the other partners that they actually have, but apparently it's like a trusted to go out there and protect 20,000 customers around the world. This has what does this mean for you as just somebody that's watching a YouTube channel? First things first, if you're thinking about transitioning over to cybersecurity, I can tell you right now, this is a very great field to go into, because as we become more reliant on technology, these cyber attacks it's just going to become more of a common occurrence, for one. Number two, this just means that we need more cybersecurity professionals and certified ethical hackers on the job market that's going to help us prevent this. In any case, legitimately speaking, this takes a lot of work hours to go out there and actually prevent. And we are currently understaffed right now. There's just not enough people that's working around the clock. And then secondly, if you're already in the industry, I think something else that for cybersecurity professionals to go out there and think about, if you're in the business, you should also be kind of worried as well, because this is a game kind of you got to think about like high risk, high reward. If you're working right now for a brand like like Beyond Trust, your brand is somewhat tarnished. Like, you're gonna have to start looking for like another job because like it's probably gonna be, think about it this way. If you go to a KFC and they said that they found a tooth inside a piece of fried chicken, it doesn't matter that that KFC is in LA. You could be in Boston or Nashville. That kind of news is not going to make you want to go ahead and eat at KFC. So cybersecurity professionals always, especially if you're working for a company where the end product that they're selling is cybersecurity, to constantly go ahead and keep on interviewing, keep your opportunities opening, keeping your interview skills sharp, keeping a backlog of companies that are ready to go, because these are things that you just cannot control. It just so happens that like they were penetrated and the fallout kind of happened. But also these types of attacks, they don't just come from companies. They don't just come from countries. They also come from other companies as well, when companies want to do cyber espionage on their competitors. But we kind of also do it too here in the US. This whole incident kind of made me remind me like 11 years ago when I was still in school. Gosh, that was many moons ago. But like, then German Chancellor Angela Merkel, apparently like she found out that her BlackBerry got hacked and it was being spied on by like, I guess, the CIA. And I remember they sent over a few people from like the German intelligence agencies to come over to DC to go out there and talk like, yo, what went down? But like, the more reliant we are on technology, the more vulnerable we are to these types of cyber attacks. So technology is great, right? It allows us to get more productivity. It allows us to get things done faster. It makes our lives easier. But there's also a huge drawback, and there shows no slowdown in people being more reliant on technology. Having said that, Trump sides with Musk on support for H-1B visas for foreign tech workers. A big reason for this: there are just not enough people throughout the entire tech realm to go ahead and just kind of fill these positions. So if you're feeling like, oh, should I go out there and transition into tech, or should I get like, there's a bunch of roles open right now. Granted, you need to have the skills. Granted, you need to know how to interview. Granted, you need to go out there and also know how to present yourself. Just getting a cybersecurity certification is just not enough. You still need to go out there and interview well. Communication is a huge part of your job as a cybersecurity professional, and we don't talk about this enough. In the videos to come, please go ahead and, in terms of next steps, if you're interested in getting your CompTIA Security Plus and also your Certified Ethical Hacker certification, please schedule a call with us here. And I'm going to have these videos coming out very, very soon, so don't forget to subscribe. Number one, the 9 telecoms companies that were hacked by foreign espionage programs, how North Korea stole $1.3 billion in crypto. What is APT, or something that stands for Advanced Persistent Threat? And I'm also going to be running down for you guys top 10 biggest hacker groups by countries. Meet your future BFFs that are gonna keep you up at night, and then also that are gonna go ahead and actually, I think, like, especially for those people that, if you want to become a really good certified ethical hacker, you need to start thinking like how a hacker mindset actually operates. Clearly, right here we kind of missed the ball. Well, at least Beyond Trust did, because if you sell to governments, you have to expect that other governments or other hacker groups or other criminal organizations, they would want to go ahead and come for you. So with that said, my name is Rich with Elevate. Please go ahead, schedule a call. We need more cybersecurity professionals. We have payment plans for our programs as low as $150 to $200 to start, and very much looking forward to speaking with you very, very soon. $150 to $250 a month, and you can go ahead and start transitioning into a very awesome career in cybersecurity. And here's the other thing: cybersecurity, you're able to go ahead and work remote, because as we have just seen here, cybersecurity attacks do not stop after 6 p.m. at the normal work hours. It's a 24/7 gig. So if you've ever thought about working overseas remotely, and be making US dollars abroad, this is the fuel for y'all. Let's go ahead and get it.